What's up everybody, Mark again. I am back with yet another project. This is 0x03 Git project. Let us begin. I want us to make this video as short as possible. Let me reveal the answers for the questions. So what is the command to use? What is the command you use to see what changes have been staged, which haven't, and which files aren't being tracked by Git? We use the Git status. Question 1. You have the following files in your project directory. So those are the files, you see they listed, and those are the files. You edited 0test and you want to add it to your GitHub repository. What is the correct command to add only 0test? And it is the git add 0test. Okay, let's proceed to the tasks. In the tasks, you are expected to create a GitHub account if you don't have one. But if you have one like me, you can just click this link. That link will lead you to your GitHub account. Okay, so what you're expected to do is create a personal access token. Okay, you can just follow me. So you're supposed to click this button on the top right of your GitHub account. Scroll down to the settings button. Click on the settings button. Scroll down on the left and use the developer settings. Go to the personal access tokens. Remember to click the tokens classic. Then you can just come here on this button, generate new token. You click it. Then remember to click on the classic again. Okay, so what you're supposed to write here is, I think we have been given instructions. What you're supposed to write here is ALX 0. That is what I will name mine, and I won't give it an expiry date. I'll just tick this. And I will come all the way and click on this. Let me click all this. Oh, sorry. I think they have been picked already. Generate token. And as you can see, we have our token. So remember to copy, press that button on your computer or on your phone. Search for the app Notepad. Then paste it in the Notepad app. I'm sorry, I have several screens. That is your personal access token. Okay, minimize that. Let's go back to the internet. So step 0, create a GitHub account. You can click on this link in case you haven't created one. If you have one like me, you'll just, when you click that account, it will take you to your account. Okay, let's go to the first step. Create a personal access token. So doing that, you go here to this icon. You can see that it has your profile picture. Then go to the settings button. Click the settings button. Then what you're told to do is get your personal access token. Okay, so you'll scroll down on your GitHub account to the developer settings. Click the developer settings. Then go to personal access tokens. Then remember to use the classic tokens. Sorry, I had created it before. Let me delete it for the purposes of this lesson. So let's go to the generate new token button. Click on the classic. Then you're expected to write a name, give it a name. So this is the name I will give it, ALX0. Then you'll click here and do the no expiry. Okay, you can tick this box, the repo box, scroll down and click on the generate token button. As you can see, it has been created, and here it is. Make sure you copy that because you will be using this access token. Go to your notepad so that you can paste it here for later use. Okay, minimize that. Step 1 was a success, so let's go to step 2. In step 2, you will click this and it will take you to your internet profile, and you will update your Twitter username together with your GitHub username. Okay, let's go to step 3. Create your first repository. Click on this. Click on the new button, and then we have been given instructions. So the name of the repository, the description, and you're not supposed to create any files. Okay, so the name of the repository is ALX 0day, and the description will be this will be the description. I am now ALX student. This is my first repository as a full stack engineer. It should be public. Don't click on anything else. Just click on create repository, and that will create your repository like that. Okay, now let's go back. Since we are done with step 3, go to step 4. You should start your sandbox. So you can scroll down, click on this, get sandbox, then you can click on this. So that will start your sandbox. Let us see the instructions that we've been given. So open your sandbox. Okay, number 5, clone the sandbox. So what you do is copy this command, copy that command and paste it on your sandbox. So you're supposed to edit your personal token and your username. Remember, we copied it in the notepad. So what we will do is you will use the keyboard keys because the mouse doesn't work here. So you will delete this from those brackets. Remember, you shouldn't have those brackets because they will give you an error. Then you can go back to your pad. You select all and copy. Then you'll just come here and paste it. See, as you can see, we have pasted it. Now let us change our username. We're supposed to input the GitHub username. So this is our GitHub username, Mark Mwangi MM. You can click on that icon and it will show you clearly. Sorry about that. So this is the username, Mark TMM. That is my username. So on your side it will be different. And then now we are done. We can press enter. As you can see, it is warning. So we are done with that step. So step number 6. So you are supposed to create a readme and push the modifications. So you go back to your sandbox. You can do pwd, which means print working directory. Sorry, my sandbox is not responding. I'll refresh it. So you can press pwd. Sorry about that, it's supposed to be in small letters. pwd. So we are supposed to change it. We are supposed to change the directory to alx0day, the directory that we just created. And we're in that directory. So what we're supposed to do is, as you can see, we navigate to the new directory that we've created, create a file readme.md with the content my first readme. So what we're supposed to do is we can ls so that it can list the directories that are there. What we're supposed to do is we use the echo command space, and then we write those instructions, my first readme, just trying to save on time, my first readme. You close those quotation marks into readme in capital letters, readme dot small letters md. So we can now try and see the contents of that readme file. As you can see, we've written it there. So let us see the next task. We're supposed to update your Git identity. Okay, so what we expected to do is we update our Git identity. So what we will do is I will copy this so that there can be no errors. Let's paste it here. So remember to use your keyboard keys. So we're inputting our email. Press enter. Okay, now the next command, git config. So this is where you'll put your name. Use your keyboard keys. So that is my name. Press enter, and that was successful. Add this new file to git commit the change with this message. my first commit and push it to the remote server origin. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is use this command git add, then dot, which means git add everything, then git commit dash m opening speech marks my first commit. As you can see, that was successful. So what we do here is git push and as you can see, we are successful. So that is it, guys. I think we are done with the first task, done with everything there. So you can check your code, start a new test. Okay, so task 1, repo-session. So create this directory in your ALX repository. So we go back to the sandbox, and as you can see, we're in that repository. So we use mkdir to create that repository. And that is it. We have created that repository. We can use ls as a command to list that repository. So we will change our directory to that repository to 0x03-git. Okay, and we are in that repository. So let's go back to the instructions. Make sure you include a not empty file, that is readme.md. Okay, so we are supposed to create this file. So we'll use an echo open in speech marks. So what I'll write inside mine is my readme.md closing speech marks. So we are doing that into what file? Readme file. And you have created that, so we can do an ls. As you can see, we have that file, so we can cut and then the name of that file we created, the readme file, so that we can see the contents. My readme, as you can see, that is what we printed inside my readme. So we have been successful. So what you're supposed to do, remember, is you're supposed to push it to the GitHub, otherwise the checker will always fail. So what you do is you type git status, see, it will show you. So you'll just type git add command add dot, that means git add everything. Then we will use git commit dash m then open in speech marks. So what I will name mine is, what I will write inside there is readme for, what is the name of the project, 0x gx03 git and closing speech marks. So that is the message that you are committing inside it. And then, so the last command is git push. And guys, we are done. Okay, so let's go back to our internet and check our code. Start a new test. As you can see, we are correct. Okay guys, now we're in task 2. I will hurry up. Cody Fury Road. So at the moment, remember we have an empty directory. The empty directory is 0x03 git directory. So as you can see, we have that containing the readme file. So create the directories bash, c and js. So let's go to our sandbox. You can do a pwd so that you can see what directory is currently working. My directory is misbehaving. I'll refresh it. So you can do a pwd. I can do an ls so that I can change those directories. So I'll change the directory to alx0 underscore day, and we can do an ls. So I will change the directory again to 0. You're probably at this directory, 0x03 dash git. Now in that directory, so we can ls, and as you can see, we said we only have the readme file. So what we are expected to do is we are expected to create all these directories bash, c and js. So what we will do, we will use the mkdir command so that we can create all of them at once. Bash c js. So we can do an ls. So we can see we have all the files. So what you're supposed to do is we are supposed to create all these empty files within these two directories. So what you can do is we can change the directory to the C directory, and then we can create this empty file which is c.c. Okay, so we copy and we'll just come here, we will use the touch command, and then we will paste this. Sorry if I'm too fast. So and then we will change the directory to the js directory. Right, currently we're in the C directory, so we will use the cd space dot. So now we are back, and then we will use the cd space js so that we can get into the js directory. So we are expected to create this and this file. So we will use touch, then we will create main.js, use the touch command, then main.js, then we will use the touch command again for the second file, and the second file is index.js, and we can do an ls. As you can see, we have created those files. So what is the next process? We're supposed to create a file alx and put these two lines inside. So what we'll do is we'll go back to our sandbox, print cd space dot so that you can go to our parent folder. So we will just print working directory so that you can see where we are. and we can do an ls so that you can see the directories we have in here. As you can see, we have the bash folder, so we will do a cd so that you can change the directory to bash. Let's clear the screen because I can see mine is too messy. So we can clear the screen like that. So what we are told to do is create these two files. So we'll start with the first one, which is ALX. So we will touch ALX, that creates that file, and then we will touch again and we will create the school file. We have created those two files. When we do an ls, we will see them. So what we expect to do is write these codes within each file. So we can copy, and then I will use vi, then I will get into the first file, which is ALX. So press the I button so that you can insert, and I will paste that. Then I will just use the enter bar so that I can go to the next line. Then I will copy this into that, and then I will press escape. Remember, we press escape, then WQ so that you can save your work and exit the VI, and we can use the cat command so that you can see what is within the ALX. And as you can see, we have both lines. So what we are expected to do next is we get into the school. So we will use VI again. VI is easier. School. So we're in the school file. So what we will do is we will press the I button so that we can insert, and we will copy this. We'll come here and paste it. Then we'll go to the second line. We will also copy this, echo school. Then we'll come here and paste it. Then we'll press escape button, then full colon WQ. Press enter, and we have left, so we can use the cat command, and then school. As you can see, we have both lines. Okay, now we are supposed to add the new lines to Git. So what we will do is we will git status. We will use the git status command, and it will tell us the changes we've made. Then the next one, what we will do is we will use, so what we will do here is we will git space add space dot dot. As you can see, it has committed everything. And then what we will do is we will use git commit, then space m, then that message. Let me change those quotation marks. And as you can see, it has been changed. And then we'll use the git push so it can be pushed. And as you can see, we have been successful. So we'll come here and check our code. As you can see,